Well, it's like Christmas today here in the garage. In front of me I have most of the ToolPRO 18v cordless tool range. These are available at SuperCheap Auto. I have here to test and review a worklight, car polisher, that's a whole kit with battery and charger, a jigsaw, a hammer drill, which is also a kit, a impact wrench, an impact driver, an angle grinder, more batteries and chargers, and a blower. I'm going to go over these over the next few weeks, test them all out, see if they're any good, up to scratch. There's a few more tools in this range, not many. There's only two that I've actually had a look, and there's only two other ones that I could see. One is a standard drill driver rather than a hammer drill, and there's an 18v miter saw, sliding compound miter saw, which looks quite interesting. I'd like to actually give that a try, so once I've done all these I might go and see if I can grab one of those and give it a test from the local SuperCheap. So a lot of tools here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to review all these. I think I'll start with the worklight on this particular video, and then I'll do other individual standalone videos for these other tools, some of them anyway. These tools have all come from SuperCheap. They're the only place to sell them. SuperCheap have sent these out to me for free and said, hey, do what you want with them. So I'm under no obligation to be gentle on these tools. I don't know if they've watched my other reviews and seen that I mostly do Makita stuff, which I've paid for entirely. All of those tools, all of my Makita reviews, none of them have been sent to me. I've paid for the whole lot, whereas these ones are freebies, but under no obligation to do a positive review. So it's just, well, they're rather brave, I thought, sending them to me and giving me that, you know, letting me say what I want, because yeah, who knows. But hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised, because it'll be good for some lower, cheaper range tools to be, you know, you're not going to expect them to be up there with Dewalt and Makita and Milwaukee and Hitachi and all the big brands. But, you know, a lot of people don't need that, and they might be good for just around the home and that sort of thing, for the odd weekend warrior type person. So let's start taking a look at them. We'll start with the batteries. So I haven't opened all these up yet. So there appears to be 1.5 amp hour batteries. There's a 2 amp hour battery with this one, and I've got a standalone 4 amp hour battery here. So the 4 amp hour battery, the batteries have Samsung cells, or at least that's what they state on the boxes. So that's good. You know, there should be fairly good batteries, you know, and same as what anybody else might use in a good tool brand. We've got the old battery indicator light there, so this one needs to be charged. Just stays on while you've got your finger on the trigger. Yeah, it feels maybe a bit heavier than some other batteries, but I'll check that out shortly. Let's have a look at the charger here. Okay, charger, quite compact, and another battery in here. So there's the 1.5 amp hour, nice and light obviously, much smaller, 27 watt hours, whereas the 4 amp hour you get 72 watt hours, made in China of course. So slides on there pretty easily. Don't need to depress the button to put it on or off. Just slides on, fairly tight, very tight fit. That one's much looser, so that battery's a bit tighter. Slightly different mold. Yeah, actually different design on there too. Look. Got a line running around on the 4 amp hour here. 1.5's got these 3 ridges instead. So this is a quick charger fast charger. I'm not sure exactly on the times yet. I will test that shortly. 78 watts, 3 amp. Does 14.4 volts to 20 volts. But they only make 18 volt batteries, of course, like most companies now. I want to have a look at this light. The light actually is the tool I'm most looking forward to out of this lot. Surprise, surprise. Mainly because lighting when you're doing YouTube videos is a pain in the bum. So it'd be good to have a decent, powerful light that I can quickly just easily move around. It's not plugged in. I can just, when I've got different shots I need to do on YouTube, I can just move this wherever I need to go. So let's have a look at her here. She's an LED, so should last fairly good time on the battery charges. I don't know if this battery's got any life in it, but we'll check it out. So she's a steel frame, got a foam handle on the top here, got a plastic hanging hook, a couple of rubber feet, but you look there, you have a look at the rivet here. It is sitting proud of that bit of rubber. So if I put that on the bench, look at that, it's digging in. Oh, took a chunk out of the workbench. So that's fit and finish, not too great there unfortunately. It's a bugger. Well, there's a first job for the angle grinder. So a couple of knobs on the side for tightening and loosening it up. And there's a few places you can put screws and things in if you want to screw it to a wall or something. That's quite good. Let's put a battery on. Oh, fail one. Fail two, sorry. So you've got to obviously have this tilted forward. Yeah, like so, to get the battery on. No biggie, I suppose. So, power button. Power button is that one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 different settings and then it goes off. So I will look up what that is. The red light, I'm guessing, is because the battery ain't charged too good. Needs to be charged up. I'm going to have a quick break here. Oh, look at that peg. Look at that pin on there. It's bent. It's a little bit of a worry. Hopefully that won't make any difference. Battery slid on there, no problem. Maybe it's meant to be curved. I wouldn't have thought so, but feels pretty solid. You know, that's going to last all right. I would have thought. We'll charge up some batteries and come back to this. Now I've noticed there's a couple of other reviews of some of these tools on YouTube, but they're the brushed version. See, this is the newer brushless version. It looks a lot better, a lot more ergonomic, a lot nicer, a bit more like the big boy brands. So this is brushless, this impact wrench is brushless, hammer drill is brushless. I think these are the first reviews possibly on YouTube that are going to be the brushless versions. So they're obviously bringing out a new line of brushless tools, which is good to see. It must be working for them. Hopefully they're good tools. Because the great thing about SuperCheap Auto tools, they have so many sales that you can just wait a week or two and they'll be on special and you get them, you know, you can get tools at SuperCheap with huge discounts, 50% off, that sort of thing. So you could set yourself up in your workshop at home fairly cheap. So I've got the charger plugged in here on my messy workbench. I'm not sure how the lights work here. Green with no battery on it. So I hate it when you look at these pictures and you're meant to work out what a solid green one is, a circle, or a solid circle with another circle around it, or a solid circle with a circle around it. I mean, which one's which? Some of them going to be flashing, potentially. It's even more confusing than the good old Makita one. Anyway, I'll work it out eventually. Could always read the instructions. Probably won't do that though. Maybe I will, just to find out how long these batteries will take. Anyway, let's chuck on a battery now and see what happens. light wise. So no batteries green, battery on, solid red. And presumably goes green again when it's done. So I guess red, the circle must mean the light's not going. So this will be what we're on now. Red, red on, green off. Fully charged, green will be on, red will be off. If the battery's too hot, maybe the green one will flash, the red one will be off. If the battery's no bloody good, red one will be flashing, green one will be off. There we go, worked it out. So according to the literature there, we've got a 1.5 amp hour on this charger. This fast charger will take 40 minutes, 2 amp hour 60 minutes, 4 amp hour 120 minutes. So not as fast as a big brand boys, but you know, it is a cheaper tool. It's awfully dark in here. I wish I had a work light. First setting, second setting, third setting. Very handy for lighting up an area for YouTube. That's the only lighting I'm using at this present moment for this video. I think that's pretty good. So with my regular lighting back on, I can get rid of this. Right, and we can have another look at it. But as you can see, the bench nowhere near as bright without that overhead light. It's annoying, I was getting used to that. Okay, so on here, this light here is green when the battery's fully charged. Let's see if I can find a... Oh no, you know what green looks like. So it's green when it's fully charged. When it's medium charge, it has the green and red light going together, making a sort of orangey colour. And when the battery's getting low, the light's red. It's also the on-off bulb. There's the red now. So I've cranked it up and it's getting low. So that's the button that changes your three settings: off, low light, medium, bright. Right, I'm outside now. Let's see if we can light up some palms. First setting, second setting, third setting. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now it's a light, so there's not a lot more I can show you about it. It's 20 watts if you want to know that, and it's got a non-replaceable bulb. So when it burns out, that's it. Throw the whole tool away, unless you want to take it apart, of course, and kajigga with it yourself. Anyway, that's the beginning of my tool range video here, the ToolPRO 18v series. If you want to find out more about any of these tools, check out the other videos here. They'll be popping up over the next few weeks. I've got a lot of reviews to do, as you can see here. And once I've done them, if you subscribe and you click the little bell, you'll get a notification from YouTube or in your email, and you can check out the rest of the range. So, until next time, see you guys later. I haven't done a runtime test.